Welcome back to the vlog. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and you know why it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood? Because Better Call Saul is back on television for the final season, the best TV show maybe ever made, and I've just watched 2 episodes of Better Call Saul, and it was so good. A lot of the media that I talk about is not necessarily for everyone. When I talk about Final Fantasy, it's not for everyone. It is very uniquely tailored towards my specific tastes. But Better Call Saul is just such a masterfully done story that any person from any walk of life can find something in there that they'll like. Is that true? I don't know. But when I'm raving about Star Wars or other stuff like that, that's just me raving, okay? That's not me giving it a gold seal of approval. Better Call Saul, gold seal of approval. Stamped, hand delivered. And I'm just so happy that somebody made this show. Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould and all the other writers are geniuses. Utter geniuses. This might come down to personal taste, but Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad. And Breaking Bad was genius, great show. But what's interesting is that Better Call Saul is particularly brilliant because it's a prequel to Breaking Bad. It's so interesting how you can know so much of what's gonna happen to a lot of the characters, but you don't know the specifics of it. And learning the specifics is just intensely interesting. So good. So I went through a point where I sold all of my DVDs and all of my books. I kept a couple of books. One of them I kept was the Alan Watts biography, but the reason I kept this one is because it had basically all of his good thoughts in one nice, convenient location. Couldn't recommend it more highly. All of the thoughts that I've ever given that have been worth anything have probably just been stolen from Alan Watts at some point. But anyways, I was thinking just now, I gave the best man speech at my brother's wedding. The one piece of editing that I would have done if I could do it over is I would have removed the passage that I had from Alan Watts about marriage. Not that it wasn't a good passage about marriage, but it was just so long and I was just reciting words. Nobody was paying attention at that point. The rest of the speech was very solid. It hit the right notes that I wanted to hit. But the actual passages from this, it just wasn't necessary. That being said, I do love some Alan Watts, man. So you might remember a week or two ago, I proclaimed that I was very happy with my current setup. But then, the screen on this computer looked so good, it started to make my monitor look bad. So I struggled, and I struggled, and I struggled, but I finally gave in for the Gigabyte M32U 4K 144 Hertz monitor. My previous monitor was 1440p and 144 Hertz. High refresh rate's pretty much non-negotiable for me because it's the feel. It's when I'm editing, it's just the smooth, responsive feel is so important to me. The resolution kind of is secondary. The thing that finally pushed me over the edge though, is that I just didn't have enough room to fit everything on the screen. And I don't like using dual monitors. So this is the max real estate that my previous monitor would allow. And now if I want to, I can have this much real estate, baby. And the important part is that I can fit all of my scopes and all of my controls on screen at the same time. And there is, of course, the added bonus that is now in 4K. It looks fantastic. I know that I should probably care more about color accuracy, but to be honest, everybody's watching on a different screen anyway. As long as the white balance is right, then I'm more or less in the ballpark of where I want to be, and I don't do many changes beyond that anyway. There was one feature that I did still want, which is HDR with true local dimming, but currently your cheapest option is gonna be $2,000 if you can find a used 27-inch Pro Art. But those are regular price $3,000, and the 32-inch is $4,000. It's time for a run. I don't have my old belt with me, but I have this really thick leather belt. And whenever you have a leather belt with backpack straps, it causes the belt to just like dig into your hips. Finally, I remembered I have this belt that's basically nothing. This belt is awesome, man. I should have been using this for everything from the start, let alone for backpacking. All the belt, none of the weight. Come on, man, put these pants on. Despite the absolute disgusting cold, it's very nice outside today. I'm feeling very good. It's going to be a very nice run. I can already tell, man, listen to the podcast. Just a light, consistent run. Come on, man, that's what I live for. Like I said, a little cold today, but beautiful weather, feeling quite good. Very nice. Good podcast. Decoder with Nilay Patel, talking about those weird LCD factories in Wisconsin. It's a weird story, man. Literally rode the wheels off of this thing last year, and honestly this was just a lawnmower that I found in the backyard when we moved in here. I'm going to sell this or get rid of it because my mother got an electric mower. I've not used this yet, she has not used it yet, but she got a really good deal on it. It was like just over $300. Hopefully this will be at least somewhat the start of the easing of the woes of mowing this lawn. Okay, that's gonna do it for today's vlog. Thank you very much for watching. Did I get anything accomplished? I don't think so. I'm gonna cut it off here. Thanks. Just wonderful. Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. A calming day and night.